I'm LJ Williamson with Giga Granada Hills, and sitting with me is Navraj Singh, a candidate for the City Councilman position of Council District 12. Welcome.
Thank you very much for calling me.
Yes. If you could please introduce yourself to our viewers who might not know you, and you could tell us a little bit about your background and your qualifications for the position.
My name is Navraj Singh. I came to this country in 1974 with $7 in my pocket after serving the Indian Army with the rank of captain in the Regiment of Artillery. After coming here, I went to school, college all over again. I procured a degree in hotel restaurant management from NYCC. Then I went to attend Baruch College, Bernard Baruch on 23rd and Lexington, and did political science. I moved in 1979 to California because the weather here is beautiful. And I opened my first restaurant in 1981 on Pico Boulevard in Fairfax. And that restaurant was destroyed in the riots during Rodney King era. And after that, I opened 9 other restaurants in all over Los Angeles. Currently, I'm building a hotel in Beverly Hills, which is due for completion in 6 months. I ran for United States Congress against Brad Sherman in 2008. I was the nominee of my party. I did not win, but I had a great run. I tried again in 2010. I'm a Republican. I ran as a Republican. I am Republican. And I did not win the primary. I think I can make a very humble contribution to the city of Los Angeles because of my business background and because I'm a successful businessman. I know how to bring businesses to Los Angeles, which are running away in droves. And my intent will be to make City Hall business friendlier and smoother so that businesses can procure what they want to procure without any problems. I want a friendly City Hall for businesses, so businesses come here, stay here, succeed here, and give us taxes.
What do you feel are the most important issues that are affecting our local area, Council District 12?
I would say right now, the most important thing that is affecting everybody all over the United States are the lack of jobs. This morning, we had a report that the unemployment has gone up from 9.6 to 9.8%, and we could create only 39,000 jobs. That's a dismal figure. 39,000 jobs in a country like United States of America is absolutely unacceptable.
And what do you propose to do to solve that problem?
Like I said, when I gave my introduction, I believe the over-regulation by the City Hall is ruining the business climate. I opened a business 6-7 years ago, and I went through with my city councilman to procure different licenses to open a restaurant in Silver Lake. So I know what hassles the businesses have to go through to succeed. If we can smoothen the process, make it less burdensome as far as the regulations are concerned, we will definitely be able to draw businesses to Los Angeles, to San Fernando Valley, and all over.
Now, let me say, for example, the development is a big concern in this area. Now, some would argue that building a giant condominium complex or housing development is good for the economy because it is bringing jobs that you're referring to, and but others would say that it is creating perhaps problems with quality of life issues because of bringing traffic and overdeveloping an already heavily developed area. And where do you come down on that issue? Because that's something that's really very much a concern to people in Granada Hills and in this part of the valley.
I am for development, but I'm also for listening to the people. The point is, politicians are not able to serve the citizens because they don't listen to them. I will just give you an example. I was collecting signatures around the neighborhood on Wilbur. They paved that road freshly, and they made a bicycle line there. And I was talking to the voters, and they say they have hardly ever seen a bicycle on the street in last 35 years. That means whosoever approved that bicycle lane didn't care what the voters think about. I'm building a hotel in Beverly Hills. You just can't build in Beverly Hills unless you go through a proper process. I think the same thing has to be done right here. If the citizens don't want unnecessary development, we have to listen to the citizens and we have to ensure about their quality of life. I'm always going to listen to the citizens first because I'm going to be their servant. They're my boss.
So, you've mentioned that you had a business downtown on Pico, and you're building a hotel in Beverly Hills. How are you connected to Council District 12? Or do you live here? Have you been on a neighborhood council here?
When I came to California, I had a friend of mine who was teaching in college, and we went to college in New Delhi, India, and he used to live in Northridge, and he was raising his children. I had small children, and he told me there is not a better place to raise children than San Fernando Valley. So in 1984, I bought my house in Northridge, Porter Ranch, and I have raised my children there. My children went to public schools, and I think there is not a better place to live than San Fernando Valley. It's just great.
Great. Okay, so as far as the neighborhood councils, now in a time of funding difficulties for the city of Los Angeles, soon there's going to be a vote to continue funding for the neighborhood councils or to discontinue it. Where do you come down on that issue? How would you vote?
I think neighborhood councils are very important, very, very important. I think they're going through funding problems, but this problem is temporary. This problem is not going to last. However, unless we turn the fiscal situation of the city to positive side, we all have to cut down on the expenses that we expect from the city hall. We may have to cut down on the pizza that the city council meeting serves sometime. We can come prepared from home, have our dinner at home or lunch at home. Those are the things we can cut down. But yes, I think neighborhood councils are the best things that have happened to the city of Los Angeles, and I'm going to support them.
Okay. So another issue that's a great concern in this neighborhood particular is Sunshine Canyon landfill. A lot of concerns about health effects from that and violations there. How would you approach that issue and mitigating some of those problems?
I think I have to do more research on that. I have to study more on that issue. However, I would say that I believe in having a good environment, and if any particular landfill is ruining the environment, I think we have to study the effects of it on our citizens in this district or wherever the landfill is situated. And we just cannot go on creating landfills after landfills after landfills. And if this is kind of overloaded already and it is affecting the city, I think we should study about it more thoroughly and do something about it. I intend to do that. Once I am in the city hall, I'll make sure that I conduct a thorough study of that and give my mature suggestion to the rest of the city council.
Okay. Now, some people pit environmental issues against job creation issues and see those as opposing forces. What's to you is the priority? Job creation in the short term, or rectifying environmental issues?
Well, environmental issues are long term. We continue to have to do things that are good for environment. But right now, when I'm talking to the voters, when I'm going to people's home, collecting signatures, there's not a family that is not affected by this job situation. So yes, I will keep the environmental situation in mind, but right now I will do everything to make sure that the jobs are created so we can put the food on the table.
Okay. So tell me, how would you, if you have a chance, you have another couple minutes to tell the voters what's different about you versus all the other candidates for CD12?
Well, first of all, I have not met all the candidates of CD12 yet. I'm sure each one of them is as good a citizen as I am and as qualified as I am to run for this position. I salute them that they have taken this step to run for the city council district. And as far as I'm concerned, I can tell you about myself that I want to quote Lee Iacocca, who was a great businessman and the chairman of the Chrysler Corporation. In his book, Where All the Leaders Have Gone, he says, and I quote, that there's a time to learn, there's a time to earn, and there's a time to return. I have done very well for myself, for my family, for the last 35 years. This country has been great to me. I love this country. And I think it is for me and my family to give a little bit that this country has done for us and return it to the citizens of this community where we have lived for the last 30 years.
Navraj Singh, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me here. I really respect you.
Thank you.